It's no secret that the Daily Wire is on its last legs. Its creators are, well, its remaining creators are fallen off. The amount of money and views they're bringing in is a fraction of what it used to be back in the day. It's crazy to think the Daily Wire can even afford to continue running. I guess maybe their subscription services are doing all right, even despite their big drop-off in their free viewership or free content viewership. Well, the Daily Wire somehow managed to scrounge up enough funds that they have made another movie. Bet you guys didn't hear about this. Apparently, they dropped a trailer only about 4 days ago. Good God, it only has 597,000 views for a movie trailer by the Daily Wire. The same people who put out Matt Walsh's movies is crazy. Well, they put out a trailer for a movie called Run, Hide, Fight, Infidels. So you get an idea of what kind of market they're going for with this movie. The question is, will this one hit? You mean the Pendragon cycle didn't launch them into success? I'm so shook. Yeah, well, they've had many failures so far, many canceled projects even, like the Snow White movie they were making. Let's see if this one has any shot, because we've got a trailer right now. We got a trailer here to watch, and who knows? Maybe they'll make something that's actually a semi-apolitical, decent piece of entertainment. Let's find out.
Your country is beneath contempt. We who love...
Alright, we're off to a bad start. So we've got we've got like the Middle Eastern accent, the no doubt like an Arab guy, and he's saying, your country is beneath contempt. So I'm guessing we've got like our you know, Muhammad terrorist guy, you know, insert right-wing American stereotype of an Islamic terrorist here, basically.
And serve Allah fought back against the American...
Yeah, okay. Looks like I was right on the money, huh? Looks like I was right on the money.
And the Zionists from the scourge of...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Guys, I don't think this movie's gonna do well. Maybe if it does well at the box office, I will be shocked. Oh no, this movie is going to get so widely panned as Israeli propaganda, and honestly, it kinda is. Like, even just from what we know already with, like, Ben Shapiro's views, it is. Oh no.
Secularism and the lands of unbelief.
Why does this shot look so AI generated? I'm not the only one, right? Hold on, let me rewind it. Tell me the shot doesn't look AI generated.
The scourge of secularism and the lands of unbelief.
I think it's just the slow-mo, but it's funny that this looks like AI made it. Okay, what do we... Here, I wanna hyper-analyze it. Well, maybe we'll hyper-analyze it after we watch the trailer, okay?
Secularism and the lands of unbelief.
The Daily Wire!
Anyone gonna listen to Captain Saunders tomorrow? The retired Delta Force soldier with a new book out.
He's the polar opposite of those brain-dead protesters.
Given the current climate, should Clay Saunders even be allowed on campus?
Mr. Saunders is a close...
Oh, man. I have so much I want to say right now. This movie feels like a 2010s political satire comedy, almost. Like, this movie feels like it's from last decade. Not in a good way, not in like a fun, nostalgic way either.
Personal friend of Chancellor Friedman, this is a decision I cannot fight.
There are 3 ways Islam will conquer the West.
Wait, oh my god, it's... Oh my god, because they grayed up his hair, I only just now realized. It's, I forget his name. He got fired by Disney because of, what was it that got him fired? I can't remember. He was supposed to be, like, the big villain in the MCU, but they fired him because of some big thing he got exposed for. I think it was, like, domestic abuse or something, or was he, like, texting minors? Sexual assault? Yeah, it was in that realm. I was close. Yeah, Jonathan Majors. So, we're doing an Israeli propaganda movie with 2010s politics, and it's starring Jonathan Majors, who most people who even know who he is know him as the sexual assaulter. Let's see how this does for the Daily Wire. Keep in mind, the Daily Wire needs a win right now. They really need it.
Through immigration, through the wombs of our women and by using our nation's freedoms against us.
I like how they've got him delivering the right-wing ideology in the same exact way that he is a villain in Marvel would deliver his, like, evil master plan. That's good. Unintentionally great.
Are you paying
Fight back
attention?
or fall.
Listen carefully. The great Satan, America, will fall.
Okay, now here's the question. Do you think do you think they actually found Arab actors to play the terrorists in this? Because, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't hire, like, some people from, I don't even know, like Western, like, Southwestern Europe, like, where you could get the actors to pass off to, like, white, like, Western viewers as Arab looking, you know? The terrorists are apparently Israeli. They went with Israeli actors. I wanted to suggest that, but I felt like it would be too... I felt like that would be too obvious. I felt like that would be too easy. Of course they're Israeli actors. Granted, there are Middle Eastern Israelis, but... there are even Arab Israelis, but still. Look up native Israelis? Yeah, I know. Through the wombs of our women. Listen, the cuck fantasy is strong in these people. Never forget.
You are infidels. The bodies of women are not pure, and the men's souls are unclean.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Now, I do want to ask one little question here, okay? So, if you hear Islamic extremists talking like this, particularly about women, gay people, Western, liberal values, etc., what countries do you think of when you think of those talking points and ideals? That, like, brand of Islamic nationalist politics. You probably think of Saudi Arabia, maybe. Saudi Arabia, perhaps. A little less extreme, the UAE. Yeah. Maybe Qatar. Big time Qatar, right? Not so much well, obviously under the Taliban, Afghanistan, but pre-Taliban takeover Afghanistan, not so much. Definitely post-Taliban takeover Afghanistan. True. Qatar, yeah. What do most of those countries have in common? I'll answer for you. They're very strong military, diplomatic, and trade ties to the United States. The fact that Saudi Arabia, in particular, is the next biggest ally of the United States in the region from Israel. Maybe you might say Kuwait is higher up. Now, I'd say Saudi Arabia is probably closer with the U.S. than Kuwait is, just as, like, a business partner. Yeah. The irony here is that, like, a lot of this women are whatever, like, this like, nationalist, like, Islamic nationalist, Islamic extremist rhetoric that you're hearing in the trailer, these are the policies of some of our biggest allies in the Middle East. And you might think, well, like, the whole Middle East is like that, so of course they're like that as our allies. No. Ironically, it is Saudi Arabia and Qatar in particular are some of the worst when it comes to human rights abuses in the region. Not the worst, but some of the worst, and yet they're our biggest allies. It's like, yeah. As you can imagine, the irony, to me, is very thick here.
What makes them so dangerous? Their goals are not in this life, but the next.
Anyone? I got friends here. I can't just leave.
Listen to me! In the law, we cannot run or hide from what is coming. We have to fight.
I will be rewarded 10,000 times in the next life. When you die, you're nothing. Only one way to find out.
That's the American way.
I like the implication that this is going to be the start of a franchise. Imagine if Run, Hide, Fight ends up being like a Fast and the Furious level successful franchise that just goes on for like 20 movies. I might actually just, I might do it. I might actually do it. This trailer is god-awful. I did not expect it to be this cringe. Like, I know it's a Daily Wire movie, but I thought maybe they would just try to lock in and make a movie, like something that would actually be good and not divisive and could cast a broad net. Isn't this the second movie in this franchise? Wait, is it really? There's no way. Even the comments are dogging on the Daily Wire? Yeah, I imagine the majority of the shockingly low view count on this video is from hate watchers, especially because right now, the Daily Wire's audience is not big on how pro-Israel the Daily Wire is. Shockingly, I know. It is... Run, Hide, Fight is already a movie, so they are making a sequel. This is a sequel to an already existing one. Good God, dude. Okay, let's take this apart piece by piece, shall we? So, it appears that this movie is going to take place at a college campus, and there's going to be an event where they're going to have a speaking engagement involving a ex-Special Forces guy, played by Jonathan Majors. And terrorists plan a attack on this event. And so we open with a shot of the police having clearly, like, you know, we've got like over half dozen shots here, 4 shots in the window here. I like the detail. This is, I should point this out, by the way, unless this is from really far away. And, you know, we know that they're using rifles. The terrorists here are using rifles. And they're not shooting from super far away, but the groupings are pretty bad, you know? Like, this is like the gun bros who made this movie, because the people who made this movie definitely know their guns, at least, made that little detail of, like, the groupings are not very impressive or precise with the terrorists. They're not great shots. They're just good enough shots to be a threat, but not good enough shots that you could be impressed by their shooting skills. That was an intentional decision they made. Take my word for it. If you don't know guns, they did this on purpose. But yeah, the cops have clearly not succeeded in taking down the terrorists.
Love and serve Allah fought back.
So we got this monologue about how you must fight and die for Allah. You know, pretty bog standard American depictions of Islamic extremism type stuff. We got a bunch of bullets casings spent on the ground, and a bunch of broken glass, as it seems one of the extremists puts down his prayer mat and begins his, I guess, noon prayer.
Against the Americans and the Zionists, from the scourge of secularism and the land.
I mean, what need I say? The fact that they've got all of the terrorists in this movie played by Israeli actors, and the fact that they're talking about the you know, we gotta stop the anti-Zionists, is like, okay, man. Alright. Okay, alright. We get the point. Now we got a flash of shots here. Let's...
and the lands of
I actually want to slow it down whenever we get so many shots back to back to back like that. Let's do 0.25. No audio, because it's gonna sound like demons. Okay, so we got this guy firing and mounted like an LMG or whatever. I've always wanted to shoot one of these, but they're not legal in any of the states that I'm presently in. Gotta go somewhere like a range in Nevada, like in Las Vegas, and I can shoot one of these. There's a place called The Range where I can. I really want to do that. But interesting that the terrorists have one of these. M24, M240. Ironically, their whole ideology is just Christian purity, culture, and Arabic. Well, yeah, that's what they're LARPing here. Hi from India. Hello. Fallout Current Vegas. Yeah. Then we've got like an open coverless shootout here, which is very interesting. An open coverless shootout where we've got, it seems like the terrorist is leaving cover and concealment while the good guy, quote unquote, is taking cover and trying to find cover and concealment, which is at least, if intentional, you know, if that was even intentional, that's a nice little detail. I guess the idea is supposed to be that these terrorists are well armed, but they are not well trained, and they don't have any common sense. I will say, wow, that's CG, right? That is not. I feel like because they're muzzle flashes, they're not really going to be on screen for long, but that's like some YouTube editing level CG. I have seen better looking muzzle flashes in YouTube, like, skits. That's at least practical. We got a guy falling. For some reason, I don't know who that's supposed to be. Okay, let's speed it back up again. I don't think we're getting any crazy flashes of too much to process at once. Okay. So we got Jonathan Majors, the Special Forces guy, showing up at the school.
Anyone gonna listen to Captain Saunders?
We got, like, I imagine we're gonna get some flashes of, like, the college kids enjoying their Western, their privileged Western lives that the terrorists want to destroy.
Tomorrow, the retired Delta Force soldier with a new book out.
He's the polar opposite of those brain.
I like the scene of him, like, going in like a, like an action hero clearing out the terrorist compound overseas or whatever. I like that. I like that little detail. Here we've got, like, what almost looks like a scene from a right-wing podcast. Like, this looks like a podcast setup, but I'm looking at it and I don't actually see any podcast equipment or camera. I think this is just a dude's apartment or like a dude's office, but it's done to look like... I'm not crazy here, right? Like, this looks like the kind of background you'd expect a right-wing podcaster to have.
Dead protesters.
Given the current climate,
We got the crazy woke protesters. Oh my god, Gaza Solidarity Encampment? What? Gaza Solidarity Encampment. America was never great. America is... I don't even know what that's supposed to say, because it's all bent up and faded. We've got... Oh wait, this girl with the blue hair, the woke girl with the blue hair wearing the... It's called a keffiyeh, right? Is that how it's pronounced? I've only ever read it. Is it pronounced keffiyeh? We've got, like, the woke blue-haired girl wearing a very obvious wig, by the way. And the keffiyeh. This girl shows up later in the trailer about to get, like, her throat sliced by one of the terrorists. So I think a theme of it is going to be that the Gaza protesters end up being murdered by the terrorists because the terrorists don't care about their politics. And the joke is supposed to be that the people that these woke protesters are protesting for would kill them if given the opportunity.
should Clay Saunders even be allowed on campus?
Mr. Saunders is a close personal friend of Chancellor Friedman. This is a decision I cannot fight.
So clearly his doing a show or doing an event at the school is going to cause some controversy on the school board. And there's going to be a lot of fighting among the faculty. But then he's going to save the day, and then all the people who are against him being there are going to be like, we were so wrong.
There are 3 ways Islam will conquer the West.
Oh no. So now to be clear here, this movie is not framing it as though Islamic extremism is a problem. It is framing it as though this is an Islam problem. Like, these guys are Muslims. They're not Muslim terrorists, they're Muslims.
I'm gonna come.
Calling them Muslim terrorists in the view of this movie.
Video of Jonathan Majors falling out of a window for this movie. Clown face emoji.
Maybe that was the shot we saw in the trailer. To these people, calling Muslims, like calling a Muslim terrorist a Muslim terrorist, is like redundant. They just use the term Muslim and terrorist interchangeably and as sort of like an umbrella thing, right? So you can catch that little detail there in the dialogue.
Through immigration, through the wombs of our women.
How is Islam conquering the world through the wombs of our women? Isn't one of the points that the terrorists make that, like, women are impure or unclean and need to cover themselves up and not be promiscuous? Like, how does that gel?
And by using our nation's freedoms against us. Are you paying attention?
They're using our freedoms against us. That's actually a key detail there, a key dialogue bit I want to point to. Using our freedoms against us. You'll hear this from a lot of conservatives. What they're referring to is religious freedom. The First Amendment, your right to worship and say and believe what you wish to believe, as long as you do not infringe on the rights of others to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? And that is what the right sees as using their freedoms against them. Muslims are protected by the same religious rules set in place, the religious protections in our law that protect Christians, and they see that as unfair. Recognizing Christianity and Islam as religions in the same way, oh my god, Christians see it as unacceptable, as a massive insult to them. It's oppression in their eyes, in fact.
Listen carefully.
I like our like security guard character being like, "What's about to happen?" Okay.
Listen carefully.
Here's where we have to wonder, what do you think they're gonna do with this character? All right. Like, granted, you know, Jonathan Majors is the main character and hero of the movie. I don't think they're going to do anything too racist with that. But it's Daily Wire at the end of the day. We all know how Ben Shapiro feels about black people. Do you think we're going to get, like, a really, like a low-key problematic, like, black stereotype character in the movie? Do you think it'll be this guy? I have to wonder. We know who's making this movie. Like, you have to wonder.
The great Satan America will fall.
No, watch any YouTube drama video. Clearly, I'm the great Satan.
You are infidels.
I like just opening the doors and rolling grenades down the aisles and then coming in and taking hostages. Also, is this before or after they rolled grenades into the building and detonated them all? Oh my god, it's the blue-haired girl in the wig again. Remember her, she'll be on the test later. I at least like the consistency of their extras. Also, look at the face this girl's making, that's funny as fuck. Also, this guy looks like a Nazi. I'm sorry, but this dude with his, like, Nazi haircut? Come on. Come on, we know this dude's a white nationalist IRL, playing a wokey as an extra, but this dude's a white nationalist. That's Hitler right there. Wait, that's gay Hitler. True. Oh my god, that's literally Hitler. Holy shit, he's like, is that a hidden Hitler? Did they put a hidden Hitler in this movie that we're like, where's Hitler? It's like, where's Waldo, but with Hitler? Holy shit.
The bodies of women are not pure and the men's souls are unclean.
What makes them so dangerous? Their goals are not in this life, but the next.
So, do Christians not realize that claiming Islam is evil because glory and paradise are promised in the afterlife, saying that is a death cult as a Christian? Do you not realize the irony there, Christians, that when you call Islam a death cult for that belief? Because that's the same shit as what Christians believe. Like, the idea that if you live a righteous life, that you will be rewarded with an eternity in heaven. It's the same thing.
Anyone? I got friends here. I can't just leave. Listen to me.
There's the blue-haired girl about to get decapitated.
Life.
Hold on, Jonathan Majors. Okay, hold on. What's this one shot? Well, not that shot. Yeah, okay. So he's just running through. Oh my god! Wait, I think these are the cops from the first shot of the movie. Like, or not the movie, but the first shot of the trailer where we see the cop car with the bullet holes in the windshield. I think this is that happening. So that actually backs up my claim that they intentionally made the terrorists really bad shots. That's at least a justification. That's at least consistency, right? Like, oh yeah, these terrorists have stormtrooper aim. That's how our hero protagonist can pull off the crazy shit he's going to be doing, and not have died 50 times like anyone would have in real life. The costuming for the terrorists is so bad, like, you couldn't tell unless they spoke Arabic. Yeah, I mean, like, they're wearing, like, army surplus gear. You know what I mean? Like, obviously. Anyway, I like that he's, what, like 10 feet away from the windshield, and using a rifle, and his shots are super badly grouped. Good detail there, at least. One thing you can count on the Chuds to get right is their gun details in a movie.
Anyone? I got friends.
So they've got...
Just...
Okay, so they've... It seems like they've transformed the speaking hall, or like the main like, hall entrance lobby area of the school, into an area where they've got all the women lined up. They've got all the guys lined up shirtless. They've got this dude reading a hostage letter, I guess. And then meanwhile, you've got, I don't know if you guys saw this, but "No human is illegal" spray painted on the walls. I like the idea that what they're going to do with this movie is have, like, the conservative staff, the ex-Special Forces guy, the woke protesters, all these different people are going to have to come to unanimous agreement that Islam is the enemy, and we've got to fight it to survive. That's going to be like the we have to come together theme of the movie.
Listen to me! In the law.
We cannot run or hide from what is coming. We have to fight.
I will be rewarded 10,000 times in the next life. When you die, you're nothing. Only one way to find out.
That's the American way.
I would laugh my ass off if this movie actually does numbers. I'm not gonna lie. It would be so funny if this movie actually does numbers. I don't think it could, though. The fact that it's so blatantly, like, a pro-Israel movie, I think that's gonna kill it off pretty hard in terms of its success, especially among the right. And I mean, even among, like, general audiences right now. I don't think an Israeli propaganda movie is what people are looking for. I don't think that's exactly what's, at the top of the cultural totem pole at the moment, but what do I know? Anyway, if you enjoyed us laughing and making fun of that trailer, then consider leaving a like down below. It really helps a ton, and I appreciate it immensely. Subscribe and ring the bell icon if you want to see more from me in the future, and follow my social medias linked down below if you want to see more from me on other platforms as well. But with all that said, thank you for watching, and have a good one.